Hey guys, so Intrepid Studios have released their May dev diary, and in this one they are showing us how they design and develop weapon models for Ashes. The front house for this one is Carson Steele. He is a senior weapons artist for Intrepid Studios. Weapon modeling is summarized as highly detailed weapon models, story/lore behind each weapon, customizable weapon details, and next-gen workflow to produce each weapon. Carson goes on to say that the first process of modeling a weapon begins in a program called ZBrush. He explained that this means he'll be sculpting a high poly model, including all the little details that make the weapon special. For example, a sword would be its hilt, a quillon, fracasso, guard, and so on and so forth. The aim here is to create a high poly model, so he has to make a low poly model first, which he states is what ends up in endgame. A whole lot of software is used during that process, such as ZBrush, Substance Painter, Marmoset Toolbag. These have their own forte that help in the process of developing the models. Carson mentions that his favorite part of the process is developing the high poly model because it feels more creative and artistic than a lot of other actually very technical parts of making art for games. I've never really delved into learning how art is made for games myself, but looking at general games such as WoW or ESO, looking at their weapon art or environments tells me that it must take extraordinary leaps and bounds to achieve. He says that weapons can be made between 1 to 2 to 3 weeks and give you a really great sense of accomplishment. We then switch to Stephen, who explains that they want you to notice when your weapon is heroic, when your weapon stands out from other players. They want you to be able to attain unique materials such as gold, platinum, adamant, and mithril. I'm glad that he said these because these are epic, hard to attain resources for crafting armor and weapons in MMORPGs. It gives you that sense of adventure and wonder. Stephen goes on to say that they want weapons to have more of a realistic look, not having these oversized weapons or high effects driven kinds of weapons. He believes that the weapon itself is going to have a natural progression that players can see as they move up in levels. It's also going to have some unique aspects to it that set it apart from other weapons in the world. Usually in MMORPGs, when leveling up, you always have a spur of weapons coming away, either from quests or dungeon bosses. In Ashes, this could mean you have a specific weapon that progresses with you as you level, and with it you see natural effects to show it has progressed for a long period of time. Reaching max level will take 45 days in game, so this is very likely. Stephen says that Carson customizes the weapon set's appearances to reflect the different cultures and races in the game, adding subtle influences that can be distinguishable from other weapon types based on what culture you may want your weapon to espouse or to show. They have a lot of different types of weapons that are capable of being used in Ashes, and having that difference available grants the diversity that they want to see among all the different weapon groups. Something that we get to see that is hype and very interesting is coloured models of character bags where you would store and strap everything to. Stephen continues by saying that one of the cool things that they are trying to do is having bulk components, sockets that allow players to customize appearances of scroll tubes or potions or different types of components that a character might use in their day-to-day activities. Carson then ends the video telling us, and you can't wait to see all the clips that we post of the glorious weaponry we get to use in Ashes. Okay, so my thoughts on it. Well, I definitely like that they're showing us how they're developing everything behind the scenes. You know, I did mention this in my last video. I feel that these videos are a lot better than the last 2 or 3 because they actually show us something which is, to me, like interesting, and in most players' eyes, such as farmers, would like love to have it, which is obviously the character bag models that we saw, especially the colored ones, where you're able to change the color, maybe the sizes in the future of the variants on the actual backpack that you equip to the character. I can imagine like a Kayla running around with that, like that heavy bag full of all the equipment and utensils that you need to do to carry out with your day-to-day activities. When I saw it, I was like really surprised, and as he explained more of it, I just love the way that they're developing it, really, and I'm glad they're doing something like this. So I hope they carry this on at the end of every month, showing us different things that they do behind the scenes. Alright guys, that was the video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to hit the like button down below. Also make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for future uploads on the channel.